Hey, Amy, parents are in the loop about this too? Jeez, okay, alright, fine. I was gonna just pay for the money the guests gave to us and then that sort of thing.
What are you talking about? You can't do that. Our marriage didn't work out, so we can't take the money our guests gave us. I've decided to... This is your mess, so lie in it.
Are you being serious right now? I just want to be with my young and pretty Penny. You are really dragging this out. It's so frustrating. How much is this all going to cost me? I shouldn't have to pay for anything.
A few weeks later.
Again? You can't talk to me like that. How dare you? I don't say crap like that to you, Amy. Aren't you going to give me any praise for sticking with Penny? I'm in love with her, for God's sake. You should be happy for me that I found love.
Why would I be happy for you when you cheated on me? Sheldon, why would I take you back after the awful things you said to me?
I know. I feel so bad for calling you an old hag. It was a terrible thing to call you. If you took me back, I can live in a wheelchair-accessible home and you can earn a really good income so I can afford to live off of you. Please take me back, Amy. It would be a huge advantage for me to be with you. So will you please take care of me for the rest of my life as I'm bound to a wheelchair? Please, Amy. Once again, please help me out, Amy.
Well, Sheldon, I'm gonna have to be honest with you. When did I say that I wanted to get back with you? I don't think I said any of the sort during our conversations in the last few months.
What? What are you even talking about? I'm asking for your help, Amy. What's wrong with that?
Like I said before, when did I say I wanted to get back together? Have you seriously lost your mind, Sheldon?
Excuse me? What do you mean I lost my mind? I certainly haven't. My mind is completely sound. My body might not work, but my brain certainly does. I need your help. What don't you understand? How could you say something like that to someone who wants you back and is trying to get his life back together again?
After the way you've treated me in the past with you calling me an old hag and leaving me for another woman after just marrying you, no, I'm not taking you back and I don't plan on changing my mind.
Okay, I get it. That wasn't the best way to deal with things. I didn't mean anything by it. But seriously, you think abandoning me just because it's a hassle to move me around in a wheelchair is a good idea? Come to think of it, you never came to visit me while I was in the hospital. I was in a serious accident and you never showed your face. You are such a cold and evil woman to me.
Don't call me that. I'm not a cold woman at all. Today was the first time I've heard about your accident and you being again. It didn't even work the first time.
But I don't understand. Why not? What's wrong with getting married again? I really need you, Amy.
Like I said before, Sheldon, I said I don't want to get back together with you. So why would I want to marry you again? Are you deliberately ignoring my messages or something? You need to take responsibility for the things you've done. You're completely careless.
But Amy, I really need you, and I can't live without your help. Wouldn't it be great for a younger husband to have an older wife? Wouldn't it be a great status symbol? You could be that for me.
Status symbol? Are you kidding me? You said that you were with young and pretty Penny. But now, in my case, you're trying to flip it and be the young guy with an old part of this family. You left me. No matter how hard it is for you to live in a wheelchair, it's not good to cause trouble at this time. Can't you just leave me alone and let me live my life in peace?
Their feelings. At first, I thought you had finally settled down, but then I find out that you got the guy playing the same old game. I doubt you will ever have a happy marriage after all that crap you pulled over the years.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hello there. You're Paula, right? Paula Henson?
Yes, that's right. Who is this?
Well, if you must ask. I'm Andy's girlfriend.
Excuse me? Who is this Andy you're talking about?
Pardon me? I'm talking about your Andrew. Oh, I get it. You never called him by his nickname, Andy, is that it? It was always Andrew with you, huh? Guess he just doesn't have affection for you, LOL.
I never heard that nickname before, but if you're talking about Andrew, yes, he's my husband.
I know all that.
So that means you are Andrew's mistress. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
How rude! Not a mistress. I'm his main woman. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? I'm the one that's married to him, so that makes you his mistress. Or better, his lover.
Yeah, whatever. Makes no difference. He's going to marry me one way or another.
I see. By the way, what's your name?
I'm Sarah, a young and beautiful college student. How could he resist, right?
Sarah, huh? Are you really having an affair with my husband? Are you sure you've got the right person? There are plenty of Andys around.
How could I be a mistake? And besides, I got this line address from Andy's cell phone.
I see. The reason why you're sending me this message online can only mean that you knew perfectly well that Andrew was married, but you went ahead and had an affair with him. Is that right?
Of course I knew he was married, LOL. I saw his wedding band on his finger right off the bat. Oh yeah, I knew.
I see. So, does that mean you also know I'm pregnant?
Yeah, I know all about it. You guys couldn't have kids for a long time, so you had fertility treatments, right? Finally, after reaching 40 years old. Wow, having kids at that age can really take a toll, I hear. I can't imagine doing that.
Well, if you know that much, I guess what you're saying is true. You're really having an affair with my husband.
Finally believe me, huh? And also, I hate to tell you this, but I'm pregnant too.
Excuse me?
I don't have to tell you that the kid is Andy's. That's the story. Now all you have to do is divorce him, and Andy and I can live happily ever after. Actually, Andy was just saying the other day, I don't want a kid from a 40-year-old woman. I thought he was being a bit harsh, but it's kind of true, isn't it? He also said spending a fortune on fertility treatments was a high-risk, low-return endeavor, LOL.
Did Andrew really say that?
With a young and healthy girl like me, I would have no problem giving him a beautiful kid. Oh yeah, by the time your kid graduates from college, you'll be a 60-year-old grandma. I just can't imagine it. If my folks showed up to my graduation and they were in their 60s, I would be super embarrassed. There is just no merit in giving birth at such an old age, LOL.
Excuse me, but can we dispense with all this nonsense? So tell me, you contacted me just to tell me that you want a divorce because you're pregnant?
Yeah, that's about right. I'm going to be a young and beautiful wife with a beautiful child by a successful and handsome husband, unlike someone I know. As for Andy, I'm sure he would much rather have a young and beautiful wife as the mother of his child. Don't you agree? So, just divorce him, would you?
All right, I understand. Let me contact Andrew and verify this whole thing with him. I'll contact you later tomorrow.
Okay, but just hurry up, would you? At least before the baby is born, LOL.
Forget the whole thing. As long as I get my money, I'm happy.
No, wait, I'll do it. All I have to do is marry him, right? I do that and I don't have to pay, right? This is not some kind of sick joke, is it?
No joke. Besides, you're still young. You have a long life ahead of you. Your child is going to need your love and care. You will probably have to quit school once the child is born, become a full-time mom and all. There's probably a lot you have to learn going forward. So think of this $15,000 that I'm not demanding of you as a wedding gift to you and Andrew.
Paula, thank you so much. I was totally wrong about you. Thank you so much. I didn't think you were such a nice and compassionate person. I'm so sorry for all of this. I truly mean it from the bottom of my heart. I said so many awful things to you. I really regret it. I'm really sorry about all of it.
Forget about it. It's all in the past. I just hope you and Andy and the child that's on the way will be happy. That's all I want.
I can't thank you enough. You can be sure. No, I'll try my best to make this work.
Hey, Paula! I heard the whole thing from Sarah. Thanks for what you did. Thanks for acknowledging our marriage.
Wait, what's this about? Besides, we're already divorced. I wish you wouldn't contact me anymore.
Right, but I just wanted to convey my gratitude. I know you did it for me and Sarah. Thanks so much. I couldn't believe you would dismiss the compensation as long as we got married. I mean, I thought you'd be more hostile toward us given the circumstances. You decided to show compassion for the baby, right? To be honest, if I had to pay you for damages, I'd be totally broke. I was wondering what I was gonna do. So I was extremely relieved to hear what you did. Thank you. Oh, about child support. I'll pay that, no problem.
Are you finished? I'm really not sure where you got things all wrong, but I'm still going to demand that you, not Sarah, pay compensation for what you did.
Wait, excuse me?
Don't be surprised, Andrew. Or should I call you Andy? I never said anything about you. You're not part of the deal. I only said Sarah would be exempt if she married you. That's all. But you, well, that's a different story. I will have you pay for all damages and child support. I would prefer to get all that as a one-time bulk payment. Can you do that?
Wait a sec, no way! But then, why only Sarah?
I don't know. She just seemed the type that would hold a grudge forever. I mean, when she first contacted me, she just went on and on without thinking of the consequences. She acts as though she's the victim or something. If I forced her to pay, I don't know what she would do to get back at me. I wouldn't put it past her to bring harm to me and my child in the future, so I figured it would be best to give her the upper hand, make her feel as if she's won. If I had to pick $15,000 or the safety of me and my family, well, I would definitely pick the latter. And the reason why I make these demands is to make sure you stay with her.
Seriously?
You'll probably come to your senses after a while. You'll probably wish you had paid that $15,000. Mark my words.
What do you mean by that? What are you up to?
I don't envy you.
Can't we work something out? My life, what am I gonna do?
I really don't care what happens to you, to be honest. But the child has done nothing wrong. I just hope you guys do the right thing and give your child the proper love and support. Oh, yeah, and finally...
What is it?
What did you mean by tired from the fertility treatments? The reason we couldn't have kids was because of you. But you tell her that I'm just an old lady and that you didn't want a child from some grandma. Isn't that what you said about me? Oh yeah, and high risk, no return. What's that about? Treating me like some old lady. I just pray that the child Sarah is carrying is really yours. I hope you rot in hell. Rural life will do you people some good. With that said, I hope you and Sarah and your love child have a long and prosperous life. Goodbye.
No, please, Paula, wait! Let's talk this through!
After that conversation, Andrew tried to get in touch with me numerous times. Our lawyer insisted that I cut all ties with them and not aggravate things. Well, after a while, he relented and paid the on-time compensation to me somehow, and continues to pay me child support. I heard that Sarah quit school, and soon after they got married, he was indeed relocated to a factory town in rural Michigan. They had to move out there on short notice, so no elaborate wedding ceremony or anything. You can imagine how Sarah felt about that. Apparently, they are living in a small apartment in town and trying to make ends meet. The cost of living in this area is much lower, but with all the debts he's got, he's apparently having a hard time. Even Sarah had to take a part-time job to help out. Under these hardships, the baby was finally born. The baby turned out to be a beautiful, curly-haired boy with a dark complexion. This caused some skepticism between the two, but it did not end in divorce, as far as I know. 2 years after we got divorced, I heard that Andrew grew ill due to overwork, and he became partially paralyzed and could no longer work. Sarah apparently could not take it any longer and abandoned her child and disappeared. It was impossible for Andrew to take care of the child, and his parents ended up adopting him. Last I heard, the boy was living happily with his grandparents. It's sad to see people be so short-sighted and not contemplate the future. But one thing is certain. At least the child was able to go on to a better life, and his prospects look good. As for me, I gave birth to a beautiful baby girl. I live with my folks, and they are more than happy to help bring up their beautiful granddaughter. I had long wanted a child, and I was over 40 when I had her, so my affection toward her is immeasurable. The only problem I have at the moment is that I tend to spoil her too much. Although it was a little late in life, I plan to give all the love I can to my little girl. And when she graduates from college, I'll be the most beautiful over 60 mom there.